So we just got reveals yesterday for the 25th anniversary tin of Dueling Heroes, which is of course the 2023 tins that we are expecting every year in September, wrapping up the previous competitive year and reprinting basically every playable archetype. But this year, after seeing the reveals, I have to say that I'm feeling a little bit conflicted. I gotta say I'm a little bit concerned. I saw all the reveals, you guys already know what's in the tins, but we're gonna recap that in short in this video as well. But I also want to talk about what they actually missed with this year's version of the tins, but also, more importantly, why those things were left out of the tins. And of course, like every single tin that ever existed, you can expect a lot of the playable archetypes that you saw throughout the last year, all the way back from Grand Creators. We have things like Exosister, the Adventure engine that just got a reprint in Battles of Legend, but also Faithful Adventure is there too, and the Griffin is an ultra, it's nice. We have Tactical Masters making a comeback with Labyrinth, and of course we have Runic getting a lot of Prismatic Secret Rares. All of those high-end engines are basically in Prismatic. There's not a lot of playable cards in Ultra. You can expect things like Therions, Exosisters. Kastra is getting basically a full reprint besides a Rise Heart and Rise Heart and Theosis and the Field Spell. But you know, Fenrir, Unicorn, Shangri-Ira, Birth, all secrets as well. And really nice things like Scareclaw, that engine is pretty good with Lightheart being playable in Vanadium. We're also getting Visa Starfrost, Illusion of Chaos. We're also getting Garura, Muckracker, Branded Banishment is making a comeback from Dimension Force as a secret, Beyond the Pendulum, and of course, Cartesia the Virtuous. So this is all nice and good, and basically everything that I mentioned up until this point is being released as a Prismatic Secret Rare, and this year you can expect 2 Prismatics per booster pack. But what is the problem with all of those engines? That sounds like a really good deal, right? Kastra, super playable. Runic, extremely playable. Labyrinth is really strong. Things like Illusion of Chaos finally being affordable. Cartesia, Bestials, of course, Lubellion was like $60, $70, $80. I'm also giving those away in a previous video from yesterday, so go check that out. The main problem with what's in the set is that those engines aren't actually really sought after. A lot of those things have again been reprinted as Prismatic Secret Rares, which, you know, if you buy even a case, you're not going to get barely enough to build an engine, and we're talking about the absolute best archetypes in the game so far this year. So the main problem is that the things that they have reprinted, and of course everything that's worthwhile is a secret rare, there might be some good stuff like Illusion of Chaos, Muckracker, some one-off staples that are good, but the engines, not really sought after, and if you want to play this deck and that engine, you already have those cards. But most importantly, what didn't they do in the tins? So, a few notable cards and archetypes have been completely ignored in this year's tins. First of all, Sprites. Sprites have been a really powerful engine basically since they came out in Power of the Elements, and we have cards from Power of the Elements in this set, but we don't have the Sprite cards. And of course, tier limits, Primeval Planet, Pearl Rhino, come on, that card was almost $100 at release, and it still hasn't gotten a reprint. We did get a few reprints in OTS for, you know, the tier limits girls, Havness and Merly got their reprints, but again, we could have some nice upgrades for tier limits Scream, Sullik, of course, tier limits Rule Kalos and Kaleido Heart. Again, not expensive, but definitely could have gotten another print in this set. And 2 important cards that are missing, of course, one of them is Ultimate Slayer, a really cool staple that didn't unfortunately see a lot of play, but also Kurikara Div Incarnate that some Twitter folks have said that maybe they want to tie it together to the Abelstar engine, releasing an Age of Overlord, and since it's a level 1 fire monster that can be searched off of the Diabellstar engine and the Sinful Spoils, maybe they will release it a little bit closer to that. But again, a $60 card that is only going to rise in price, and again, a really important reprint that of course they wanted to save for a later set. Something that they also did last year was high rarity bumps for all the hand traps. We got all the Ghost Girls in beautiful Prismatic, in Ultras, and in Super Rares to get everybody access to those. And of course, we got Dark Ruler No More, Dimension Shifter, and Nibiru the Primal Being, all of those being promos for the 2019 tins. Now, they got a reprint last year, but again, those were really good staples. And of course, don't forget we got things like Pot of Prosperity and Lightning Storm that are extremely playable in this year's format. So, all of those out of the way, these are the things that we didn't get, and I think since it's basically only engines in the set, you know, if those engines become unplayable in the near future, those tins will have no value whatsoever. But the main reason I suspect that all of these things didn't happen is because of the November rarity collection. So in this beautiful screenshot, we can actually see what is expected probably from the rarity collection that is coming in November. And that set was a huge success in the OCG, releasing every single one of these cars you see in 4 or 5 different rarities. Every single one of them is going to get the treatment for a super rare, but also new ultimate rares, new collector rares, you know, secret rares, the new 25th anniversary rares. It's going to be a lot of rarities, and it's going to be really worthwhile because look at this set. Just look at the list of cards. Lancia, Ash Blossom, Jackalope, Dimension Shifter, Veiler, Nibiru, Maxi, probably not going to happen this time, Lava Golem, Bell, Fall of Abaz, Luna. We're getting Sphere Mode, Tour Guide, Ben 10, Called by, Change of Heart, Chaos Space, Dark Ruler No More, Pot of Prosperity, Extravagance, Desires, Nadir Servant, Lightning Storm, Fossil Dig, Forbidden Droplet, Reasoning, Rhoda, Small World, Talents, Compulse, D-Barrier, Evenly Matched, Summon Limit, Shadal Schism, Infinite Impermanence, and the list goes on and on. These are all incredible staples. You have things like Selene, Striker Dragon, Nightmare Unicorn. We're getting another reprint for Redur that's going to be in a lot of different rarities. We're getting Dragostapelia, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Baron de Fleur, Savage, Junk Speeder. We're getting Downer Magician, and a few other Xyz that are just not that good. But since this is coming out in a couple of months, it kind of makes sense that Konami wouldn't invest in reprinting a lot of staples and, you know, generic non-engine cards in this year's tins. And this is why I fear this year's tins are going to be a little bit lackluster. A lot of engines, a lot of super competitive meta cards, but those engines are probably going to be hit or power crept pretty soon, and people are not going to want to play them and not going to need them anymore, because if you don't already have those, will you actually invest after the tins knowing that the format might change and you're going to get a lot of new sets in the future? So let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this year's tins? Really interesting to see what comes out of it. I, of course, already ordered my tins. I'm not disappointed. We're going to open them here on the channel. And of course, if you want to get your tins, head over to tier0games.com. Use code GALZO5 at checkout to get 5% off your entire order. And of course, follow me on Twitter to know when the singles go live, so you can just order the singles and not buy the entire thing. Also, I want to thank Imperium Duelist, which is my new sponsor on the channel. You can use code GALZO10 to get 10% off all of their products over in their website. The link is going to be in the description below. But keep your eyes peeled as well. We're going to have a new playmat, a new original design just for you guys over at Imperium Duelist pretty soon. Again, follow me on Twitter for all the news. And if you haven't participated in yesterday's giveaway, it's going to be insane. I'm going to announce the winners probably next week. 3 Bestial Lubellions for free. Head over to the video from yesterday and follow the instructions to participate. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. See you later. Peace.